that was.
I can't believe I'm asking you this question, but as we sit here heading into week 13, I feel obligated to do so. Are the Carolina Panthers taking the NFC South?
They very well may, man. The Bucs circling the drain right now, 1-4. I think their last 5 games, just absolute no-show against the Rams, who very good team, looking like the best team in the NFL. Matt Stafford, we talked about MVP last week, and Jonathan Taylor and stuff. He's minus 220 now to win NFL MVP. So if there was a team to get absolutely blown out against, it was that one. But it's not looking very good in Tampa Bay right now. Baker Mayfield's got an injury to his non-throwing shoulder now, could miss some time. Only a half game back for Carolina. They still haven't had their bye yet. They're going to get it this following week after Thanksgiving. Bucs get some soft matchups coming up, better than the Panthers schedule, but they play each other twice in the final 3 weeks, I believe. Might be the final 4 or final 3 weeks. So this could very well come down to the last couple games of the season. The Panthers are plus 550 to win the NFC South right now. We had them at 14.5% coming into this week. Just about fair odds right there. Probably not going to change very much with them both losing this past week and the standings effectively remaining unchanged. But we have to wait for our update, to see the future probabilities. But it just certainly feels like a play given how these teams are trending. The price compared to a half game discrepancy with the stretch run and 2 head-to-head matchups coming up.
It's crazy. They won't go away. I mean, truly. No. And they had an opportunity, obviously, in the Monday game to, really get over that hump and ultimately fell short. But they're right there, given what's happening in Tampa right now with Baker's potential lingering injury. I think it's a very fair consideration that Carolina could emerge out of nowhere to steal this division. What about the Colts? We've spent a lot of time this year discussing our personal belief in this team. I think at one point we floated getting an Indianapolis Colts future on the card. I still love this team. However, their gap at the top of the division is tightening. Just a 1-game lead over Jacksonville with a pretty interesting schedule looming. They've got the Jags twice, and then the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Texans twice to close the year. So how concerned are you with Indy here as we get to the home stretch?
A good bit. That's a pretty brutal schedule to close out. Texans twice alone, Jags twice, just as division matchups, and obviously the race between the two of them. But the 49ers, the Seahawks, excellent defenses here down the stretch, which is pretty much a horror show for a team that was rolling offensively and struggled to do what they do best against a pretty good Chiefs offense, or defense rather. But, not a crazy game from Jonathan Taylor. I don't believe Daniel Jones attempted a pass more than 20 yards downfield. Whether that's a Chiefs defense stat or a Daniel Jones kind of Daniel Jonesing it stat, I don't really know. I'm not going to panic. If I'm in Indy, I'm not panicking. If I have a future on Indy, I'm not worried. You got really good odds on it because they were such a long shot. However, I think that you got an opportunity here for the Jaguars. Whoever wins the head-to-head matchups is probably going to win this division because the Jags have the Titans twice and the Jets in the queue still. Completely opposite schedule compared to the Colts. And I think the head-to-head matchups between the two of them, which there are 2, is going to pretty much decide this division. Daniel Jones, 4 TDs to 4 picks over his past 3 games. 2 of them are losses. Trevor Lawrence, 6 TDs to 6 picks over his past 3 games. Difference is they've won 2 of those and are moving up in the division while the Colts are slipping a little bit. Jags are gaining momentum, winning dirty games right in the race. Certainly in play. Not as much of a long shot as the aforementioned Panthers. I think they're plus 265, the Jags. But both of these teams, the Jaguars and the Panthers, making some moves in what looked to be pretty runaway divisions even 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of Indy. On one hand, I actually thought they looked like the better team for 55 minutes of that game against the Chiefs. On the other hand, great teams, contender teams, I don't think let that one slip. And you open the door and just couldn't close. One big play late, one big first down, one big drive, and just couldn't get it. It is always going to be shaky. It's been such a special season. You don't want to knock the guy. This is Daniel Jones. Like, just say that out loud. Can you really put your faith in a Daniel Jones team to win a Super Bowl or make a run to a Super Bowl? I tend to think they're still in the mix, but I don't know. For me, that was a sad one because to me, they should have already closed the door on this division as a team I've enjoyed watching this year, and they haven't. It's going to be interesting. What about this? What about a little like divisional round robin here? Any interest in that?
Yeah, I think that's good. You take the Panthers here plus 550, the Jaguars plus 260, plus 270 or so. And then personally, I'd say take your pick in the NFC North with the Bears, first place with the best odds, then the Packers and the Lions all at plus money in that division. Pick your winner, play a little round robin. If two of them come out, you're looking pretty good. And if you get both the upsets, you're cruising. So pretty nice.
Who
Not
would
that you
you
shouldn't play them
personally
straight
back?
if there's value, but what's that?
In that NFC North, who would you personally back? You can break my heart too. It's okay.
Personally, I'd take the Bears. They're in pole position. This is without really looking at their end of season schedules. That would sway me, I think, one way or the other. But they're in pole position. They have a winnable game against the Eagles coming up here on Black Friday, which we'll talk about. And they're hot win streak, getting another team getting it done with dirty wins. And those are sometimes the teams that you just want to back because they're unpredictable and you're getting the value on them. So
Yeah, winning ugly is a skill, and a lot of times I think narratively fans like to claim that if you're not creating big separation, it means something about your team. Now, sometimes that can be true, but I'm telling you, I watched Ben Johnson coach my offense for years. Like, there's a gradual step to taking a bottom dweller into a contender. He's in the middle of the fun part right now. He's winning
Mhm.
games that feel like they shouldn't. All of a sudden there's a belief in that locker room. And I think the numbers back it up. When they've needed big plays, they've had them on both sides of the ball. So I like the Bears shout. I don't think my Lions are winning that division. And I like the round robin idea, to be honest. Panthers, Jags, Bears, lock it in, even though my Colts bandwagon fandom suffers just a little bit.